Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. This is Chelsea and I am behind the camera and my hubby is making a family recipe. This is called Frocia and we've started with a couple of tablespoons of avocado oil and they're heating up in the pan. And we've got 6 eggs that have already been whisked or beaten. We actually use our little milkshake maker to do that, and it really makes them light and fluffy. So I'll add some seasonings. We're using smoked paprika, about a half a teaspoon, a couple of shakes of onion salt, and some dried parsley. You can use fresh if you'd like to. Meanwhile, the oil is heating up, not for the eggs, but for some potatoes, and we're going to show you that. So that's what your eggs look like when they're all seasoned. And now we've got some potatoes cooking, very much like French fries. You want them pretty uniform, and you'll need enough to just cover the bottom of the skillet. So we're adding a few more in, and then we'll move them around a little bit to try to make them flat. And these will need to cook anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. You're going to turn them pretty often. That's too long. Is that what you're saying? I just got the look. And so it actually is faster, in about 5 minutes. You know, you don't want them to be overcooked. You're going to be turning and moving them around. And they really need to be sort of meaty like this. This is how they look. You don't want them overdone. Now we're going to take them out and let them drain. And we'll actually drain off all the oil as well. You can leave a little bit in the bottom of the pan, but you want to just discard the oil after taking the fries out. And you can see these aren't 100% done because they've got to go back into the skillet again and cook some more. And this is a really popular dish in Sicily. They actually use asparagus and cauliflower. My husband just grew up with his learning from his dad, and his dad used potatoes as the vegetable. So now the oil's been drained off. We're going to add a tablespoon of butter and let that melt down. And the skillet's in a medium-high level. You don't want it too hot because we're getting ready to pour that egg mixture in on top of the potatoes. And this is a dish that you can get really creative with, seasoning however you like. You can definitely, if you want to season the potatoes separately, you could do that as well. But the eggs really carry a lot of flavor because of the seasonings that we added. So again, spread these out into a layer. Frocias don't really have a crust per se, but this kind of does in a sense with the potatoes. And no, this one's not really keto friendly because we're using golden potatoes, but you could make something similar with asparagus or even spinach. I'm going to do it with spinach. So we're pouring over the egg mixture and we'll let that cook pretty low. It's kind of low and slow is better for a Froscia because you don't want it to burn. So he is kind of spreading it out and now working around the skillet. And you'll see, much like when you're making an omelet, you want to let that uncooked egg get to the bottom of the skillet so that it'll be cooked. And it's funny because normally we'll have this one for breakfast. However, it's not unusual for Sicilians to eat it for lunch and dinner. Alan was telling me that he grew up eating it any time of the day. His dad was in the mood to make it, and they would eat it for supper. In fact, we were having this one for breakfast, and Alan said he could actually eat this every day for breakfast. That's how much he loves it. So it is very, very good and filling. Great thing to serve when you have company over because it's just different. It's not your typical omelet. So you can see this takes a little bit of time, but it's so worth it. So that's getting pretty close. And then he's going to show you the magic move. So now that's partially done. The Froscia is partially done, sorry. And you're going to need a plate that's a little bit bigger than your skillet. And I'm going to show you why. So that slides out beautifully. Then you take your skillet, cap up the plate, and flip. So simple, brilliant. And now you can finish cooking the Froscia. And not for very long, 2 or 3 minutes at the most. Don't want it to burn. Some people cook a Froscia in cast iron and then finish it off in the oven under a broiler. You can do that, but we just find this is so much simpler. And now we've flipped, or he has flipped the finished Froscia onto the plate, and it is beautiful. So now it's time to eat. You can use a pizza cutter if you want and just cut it into pizza slices basically. And you're going to want to top it. If you love Parmesan cheese, you can top it with Parmesan cheese. If you want to skip that, you can. Remember, Parma adds some salt. But isn't that beautiful? And then just sprinkle it with some Parma. And this Froscia is ready to eat. So thank y'all.